All right, everybody. Welcome to the video here for lesson number 1 in Unit 1 for Algebra 2 Accelerated. So one of the things that we learned in class today was multiplying polynomials, and I don't even want to say learned, I would more say review from some of the things that you did way back in Algebra 1. So first question, this should be very straightforward, super easy question. If you're going through and doing this problem, you're either going to use the tabular method, making your boxes, or distributing. This one's pretty easy, so I'm just going to do the distributing method. So that's going to give me x squared. That's going to give me 5x minus 4x and minus 20. Just watch your signs. Then we have some combining of like terms here in the middle. So we wind up ending here with x squared plus x minus 20. This is an example of a quadratic trinomial. For number 2, this one I am going to use the tabular method for. So we have a 2-term polynomial, a binomial, multiplied by a 3-term. So that's how I know to make 6 boxes. 2 times 3 is 6. So if I have x times x squared, that gives me x cubed. X times negative 4x is negative 4x squared. X times 4 is just 4x. 3 times x squared is just 3x squared. 3 and negative 4 give us negative 12x. And lastly, we just get 12. We have some like terms here. So I'll draw my arrows, negative x squared. I'll draw my arrows. That gives me negative 8x. So my final answer here is x cubed minus x squared, notice I'm going in order, minus 8x plus 4. This is an example of a cubic polynomial. All right, next problem. So this is a 3 by 3, right? So we could do the box method here or the distributing method. Really doesn't matter. I'll do the box method here again. So 3 by 3 is going to tell me to make 9 boxes. So I have x squared, negative 3x and 9, x squared, positive 3x and 9. So I have x to the 4th, 3x cubed, 9x squared, negative 3x cubed, these cancel, negative 9x squared, these cancel. Look at that. Now we have negative 27x. 9x squared. That has nothing to cancel with. 27x. We got another cancel. And 81. So our final answer here is going to become x to the 4th plus 9x squared plus 81. This would be an example of a quartic, Q-U-A-R-T-I-C, trinomial. For number 4, I'm going to use the distributing property. So if I distribute here, 2r times 2r squared is 4r cubed. 2r times 1 is just 2r. 1 times 2r squared is just 2r squared. And 1 times 1 is 1. No like terms, but this is not written in the right order. So I want to rewrite this as 4r cubed, making it cubic, plus 2r squared plus 2r plus 1. Number 5 is no different than anything else. You just have 4 terms by 3 terms. So that means I need a whole bunch more boxes than I had in the last few problems. So this one for sure I'll use boxes for. So if I have 3 terms by 4 terms, I need 12 boxes. So I'll put the 3 terms on top, m squared minus 5m and minus 6, and the 4 terms on the side. So when I do some multiplication here, I wind up getting 3m to the 5th. Remember, when you multiply variables, you add their exponents. 2m to the 4th, negative 2m to the 3rd, and negative 5m squared. For that middle column, I'm going to get negative 15m to the 4th. These are like terms, so that's good. That gives us negative 13m to the 4th. Negative 10m cubed. 10m squared. And 25m. Another nice thing about the tabular method, there's a quick check. Every column, the exponent should each time go down by 1. Last column, I have 18m cubed. I have negative 12m squared, positive 12m, and positive 30. So again, let's look for those like terms. So I have negative 30m cubes. I have negative 7m squareds, and I have 37m. So our final answer here, if we put it all in order, is 3m to the 5th power minus 13m to the 4th power minus 30m to the 3rd power minus 7m to the 2nd power plus 37m plus 30. This is just an example of what we would call a 5th degree polynomial. There is a special name for m to the 5th power. I believe it's called quintic, but you don't need to know that. All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6 has 3 separate parentheses, so we need to take 2 at a time. So this first one, t minus 1 times t plus 1, if you do some quick distributing there, or if you remember the rule from class, anytime you have a t or an x minus 1, the minus 1 is going to create some cancellations. The other thing that you might remember from way back in Algebra 1 is that factors from the expression t squared minus 1. All right, remember difference of 2 squares? So that kind of helps you. So essentially factoring might actually help you do multiplying quicker because you're just doing the opposite thing. Now, if you really have to, you can go through and do your boxes or your distributing. You're going to get t squared minus t plus t minus 1. The t's cancel. That's where the t squared minus 1 comes from. Well, again, if you know that same rule again from class, or if you remember the factoring method here, you kind of don't need to do so much work for the second part of number 6. I know I'm going to get t to the 4th. I'm going to get a t squared and a negative t squared. Well, they're going to cancel. So I'm going to be left with minus 1. That would be considered a quartic binomial.